Welcome to the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate rental properties with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here is your host, Dustin Heiner.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Master Passive Income Show. My name is Dustin Heiner, and I'm here to help you learn how to quit that JOB, that just over broke job, by investing in real estate rental properties so you never, ever have to work a job again. See, I actually quit my job when I was 37 years old. I'm 41 now, so I'm definitely getting older. 4 kids, beautiful wife. I'm really blessed to literally be with them all day, every day. And the thing that got me to be able to quit my job was investing in real estate. Now, in rental properties, I got to tell you, it's definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, it's a get-wealthy plan. It took me probably about 6 years of investing, buying one property after another, getting passive income coming in my pocket every single month to help feed my family, to buy more properties. I was making $250 at minimum from every single property, if not $500, $600. If you buy it right, you can do it really well. And after 6 years, I had 19 properties that were, and I think the gross rents were like $9,500 a month in gross rents. But then with, expenses, taxes, mortgage payments, property manager fees, all that sort of stuff, I was clearing $6,500 a month in passive income. Now, since then, I've actually paid off a lot of mortgages, which increased my passive income, bought many more properties, and I have so much money coming in. It's terrific. Now, the reason why I started Master Passive Income was because I wanted to share this out with the world. It was so much fun. As I was quitting my job, I had so many friends and family members, as well as coworkers, asking me, the first question is, well, how are you going to provide for your family without a job? I was like, well, I have rental properties. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, just kept buying properties. Now I have enough where I really don't need to work. The second question from whoever I'm talking to usually is this, well, can you show me? And I'm like, well, of course I can. I'll help you. And as I was helping each person one-on-one, it was great. I really found out that I enjoyed it, but I also found out the limitation of my time being one-on-one with each and every single person, teaching them from the very beginning, from like, hey, what is a rental property, to analyzing deals, how you invest out of state, all these great questions that are out there. I mean, they're fantastic. Really good questions, but they're beginner questions. And so what I decided to do was I said, you know what, there's got to be a better way. Praise the Lord, I was able to find Master Passive Income, started the website and now the podcast, and I have Real Estate Wealth Builders membership and group coaching, one-on-one coaching, all that sort of stuff. And the reason why I'm telling you this, because it was all this online stuff that really got me to be able to get this out to so many of my students now who are learning the Master Passive Income way of investing in real estate. And on top of that, they are changing their lives. I get students all the time thanking me up and down for teaching them how to invest in real estate, even just from listening to the podcast. It's so rewarding for me. I mean, literally, I'd just be I'd go to the gym, sit around. I don't really watch a lot of TV, hang out with the family. I don't do much, but I podcast, which is terrific. And then I have one-on-one coaching calls and things like that, teaching people how to invest. But here's the interesting thing. I normally don't talk about politics. I don't talk about things going on in the world. I just got to say that hopefully I don't get censored and I don't get shut down. And you know me, well, if you haven't ever heard me, and this is the very first time, you're going to find out quickly. I'm a Christian. I love the Lord Jesus Christ. Definitely died for my sins, and I absolutely love him. He paid my penalty for all my transgressions, all my sins against him. So who knows? Maybe in the future, they might say, any Christian, we're going to shut them down, because right now, apparently, there's a lot of stuff going on in the tech world where they're censoring people. They're shutting down free speech. And so I got to say this. I hope that I never get shut down, but with me saying, like things like praise the Lord and how I love taking my kids hunting and all that sort of stuff, they might not like that. Whoever it is might not like that. But as of right now, I still have my platform, and I'm here to say that I want to show you how to invest in real estate because it'll change your life. What's amazing is the elites in this world, the people who have all the money, they know that real estate investing is the way to make and create and keep your wealth. That's how they keep passing it down in the family. They buy real estate But now there is a way for you to do this with Master Passive Income. Everything that I teach you here on the podcast, on my YouTube channel, everything like that, on my courses, my real estate wealth builders. And in fact, I'll tell you, everything that I literally give away for free, the podcast, the YouTube channel, my articles, and all that sort of stuff, that's literally 20% of what it takes to actually invest in real estate the right way, so you don't lose money. In fact, the other 80% is inside my real estate wealth builders, my group coaching, plus my one-on-one coaching definitely has all that because I literally coach you one-on-one. So if you want to get into any of that, if you go to masterpassiveincome.com/coaching, you can see all that. You could also see my real estate wealth builders. I just love seeing all my students get so many wins. So here I am on this platform. Hopefully I don't ever get shut down, but if I do, hopefully you got a lot of information that's really, really going to help you to change your life. And also, I want to give you my real estate investing course absolutely for free. Download it, get started, see if it's really even something that you want to do. Go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course, or you can even check in the description, click that button, the link in there for the, masterpassiveincome.com/free course. But then also, I also have a way for you to text me. And it, honestly, it literally comes to me, and I need to figure out I get so many texts. I just got to figure out another way to actually get this done, maybe automate it. But you text the word rental, RENTAL, to 33777. I will send you my real estate investing course for free with either one of those ways. But honestly, literally want to help you. In fact, when I bring on another coaching student, I say, hey, don't worry if you don't want to go with me. I'm just here to help. And I'm telling you that. I'm here to help. I have my coaching. I have my courses. I have literally everything for you. I just want to get you started. I want you to change your life with investing in real estate. Now, in today's show, I want to talk to you about how I saved thousands and thousands of dollars, actually like $15,000, selling my properties myself. I don't use realtors to sell the properties. Now, I do use realtors to actually find and buy properties. I use wholesalers. I use other investors. I find properties every single way to buy them, but to sell them, you should never use a realtor to sell your house because you could absolutely and should absolutely do it yourself because you would save yourself thousands of dollars. Now, the way it works is when you sell a house, the seller pays for the realtors, the buyer's realtor and your seller realtor. 3% each, that's 6% off the top of the entire purchase price. So if you sell the house for $100,000, they're going to take $6,000. If you're going to sell it for $200,000, they're going to take $12,000 and so on and so forth. You can have thousands and thousands of dollars. In fact, I'll tell you, one of my coaching students, I taught him how to sell his house himself. He had a San Diego house. He was selling it for like $750,000. Doing it this way, he was only paying 2.5% as opposed to 6% because he paid for the seller's or the buyer's realtor. He saved himself like $30,000 on this entire transaction. He was super, super excited and he saved all that money. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this as well. Now, the main reason why people go with a realtor is because they say, oh, there's so much paperwork. I don't know how to do all this sort of stuff. And I don't know what to really expect, do writing contracts and sort of stuff. What's great is being this seller, you don't have to do a whole lot. The buyers, they're the ones that present the contract. When you have the paperwork in your hands that somebody else wrote, all you got to do is line item things you don't want out. You don't actually have to create paperwork. There's really not much paperwork, and there's really not much to actually do other than showing the house, which it's your house. Just open the door, let somebody in. It's that easy. But here is the absolute key that you must do if you want to sell the house yourself. Don't put on I won't say don't put on Craigslist. Don't rely on Craigslist to sell your house. Don't rely on anything else other than the MLS. Like if you put on Zillow, that's great. If you put on Trulia, that's great. The MLS, the multiple listing service, is absolutely where you need to have your property because then that replicates to Zillow, that replicates to Trulia, but it's also what all the realtors use to find properties. Now, here is a huge pro tip I'm going to give you. The way to get on the MLS for a very, very cheap rate, because normally you would hire a listing agent, they would list your property and put it on the MLS, and that's what they're charging you 3% for. You can do it for so much cheaper. This is the big pro tip I'm going to give you. Look up in any online search for a flat fee MLS listing. FLAT, flat fee, FEE, MLS listing. It's a flat fee. And what's great is you have realtors who are realtors full time, but they also know that people are doing DIY or do it yourself selling. And they want to make a little bit of money. So it costs money for them to put it on the MLS. It gets their name on there, which helps them to sell more properties, which is great. I bought an MLS listing. I paid $395 to get my house on the MLS, and you absolutely can too. Just literally search on, this is not a promotion for anything other than flat fee MLS. That's the way to go. As long as your property gets on the MLS, you're literally going to have all the eyeballs, every single realtor, wholesaler, investor, everybody's going to find you because once it's on the MLS, it's propagated or it's sent out to every other database out there, every other site, so that you get as many eyeballs on your property as possible. Now, what they're going to be looking for is a number of different things. What people are looking for, and you got to remember this, they're looking for number one, price, but they're also looking for how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, size of the lot, square footage of the home, if there's any amenities, if there's a pool, if there's anything else like that, they're going to be looking at that stuff. So you need to have that stuff all written out. It's super, super simple. In fact, the flat fee brokers, what they're going to do is they're going to have the fill out form for you. You just fill out 1, 2, and 3 and submit it. And then you literally have your property listed. Now, once you have your property listed, it's ready and it's time to start receiving offers. Now, the other thing, like I said, people don't want to list it themselves because they're worried about the paperwork. What's great is it's the buyer's responsibility to submit an offer. They submit that contract to you. You don't even have to worry about paperwork. They submit that contract. Now, you should absolutely read through the contract, not just the price. Maybe there's stipulations like you need to pay this or you need to replace the roof or whatever it might be. Read through everything. Now, in the middle there, you actually have to be listing your property. Now, I'm going to give you a huge pro tip. When you're listing, getting pictures for your properties, I'm going to give you a huge pro tip how to make sure your house looks phenomenal. Now, on my website, check in the description, I will actually have pictures of my house that I literally sold. I took pictures of it. Here's a few things that you're going to need to do. Number one, clean up everything. Like literally clean up. You don't want clothes hanging out. You want to make sure it looks really, really nice. And on top of that, declutter. The less furniture, the less things that you have in the room, the better. But you do want things like a couch and maybe a coffee table, a bed in the bedroom, things like that. You want sparse things. You don't want it to be so full. You literally declutter. If you have a thought, should I remove it or not? Remove it. That's like the rule of thumb. Should I remove it or not? Go ahead and remove it. If you declutter, it gives the buyer the opportunity to envision what it is, but then what it could be with their own stuff. If you just have an open room, it's an open room. It doesn't invite and make you feel warm. You want to declutter it and you get rid of things. Another thing you want to do, remove all of your personal pictures off of everywhere. You don't want your face anywhere. You want your buyer to walk through this property and say, I can see my picture, my family picture could go right there. Let me put that right there. Or this is where this can go. We can have good family. Oh, wait, shoot, there's a picture of somebody else. That's somebody else's family. No, you don't want that. You want it to be that as they're looking throughout the entire house, they only see themselves living there. Another thing that you want to do is start taking pictures. Once you declutter, make everything look pretty, you want to start taking pictures. But here's a couple keys I'm going to absolutely give you. Number one, turn on every single light, even the hallway that goes down, even the bathroom that could be at the very end. Every single light inside the entire house must be on. You will absolutely see a difference when you're taking a picture, even if it's broad daylight especially too. Turn on lights everywhere. You're just taking pictures of it. So make sure you turn on lights everywhere. Even if you're taking pictures on the outside, turn on those lights. I cannot stress enough, make sure the lights are turned on. The best time, another tip is, the best time of day is usually at dusk or sunset. As the sun's setting, it's usually the best time of day, the best lighting everywhere, especially on the outside. Inside, you have the lights on everywhere. It just looks beautiful, much more warm and appealing. And people are like, oh man, I really like that house. Here's another huge pro tip I'm going to give you. What you want to do is take your cell phone. Just about every single cell phone is going to have a good function for panoramic pictures. You want to take your phone and stand in the doorway. Don't stand inside the middle of the room and take a picture. No, literally stand in the doorway. It's going to take a little bit adjusting where the phone should be, but put it about just a little below eye height, maybe a chest height, and you want to do a panoramic of the room. And here's the reason why. It grabs the entire room. It grabs everything in the picture. If you just take your camera and take a landscape picture of it, you're literally just probably going to see like one corner of a wall and a bed and maybe another corner. You don't want that. You want to see wall to the left, wall to the front, wall to the right, and wall to the behind. You want to see all that. And trust me, and if you go and see the pictures that I took, you'll see exactly the difference between not having lights on and having lights on, taking a panoramic, decluttering, and all that sort of stuff. But use the panoramic view, even in the bathroom, especially in the bathroom. It's such a tight shot. You want to make sure you get them the entire picture, because these pictures are what's going to sell your property. Here's another big thing I'm going to tell you, another huge pro tip. When you're taking a picture on the outside, get a hose. No kidding. Get your garden hose and spray down the concrete. Get it wet. There's nothing like a wet concrete to make a house look more appealing than anything else. You get that gray concrete turned into like a dark, dark gray. It looks so much more appealing. Trust me on this. You will thank me. Just spray water, everything when you're taking that picture. It actually makes it look so much better. And another thing you want to do with your camera as you're taking panoramic pictures of the inside is you want to try different corners. Not just try different corners, but literally take pictures from different angles so you can put all of those. Like if it's a long living room or just a living room in general, you want one from one angle. You also want one from the opposite angle on the opposite side of the room so they can get the feeling of the entire room rather than just one side. Now, once you have your property, the pictures, you have the listing, you have it listed, you're going to start showing the property to people. When you start showing the property to people, you're going to actually be opening the door and even having an open house. You absolutely can do this yourself. Now, if you think about what a realtor actually does, a realtor really only does the showing. That's really the only thing that they would do. But shoot, you live in the house. Just open the door for the people. Now, I did an open house myself. I put signs. I just went to Walmart and bought for sale by owner, open house or something like that. Wrote the address and with arrows pointing it down. I had loads of people come to my house to actually look at the house because I put signs out. Plus, I put on the MLS listing. I said, open house on this Saturday at such and such a time. I had loads of people coming through the house. I didn't have to do anything. I just literally opened the door. I left the door open and people just walked right in and everything worked out perfectly. In fact, doing it this way, I got 5 different offers for my property. I picked the best one. It started at $299,000, then it went to $305,000, then it went to $310,000, and then I think eventually we got to $321,000 when I started. I think the offer asking price was $299,700. So it was right under $300,000. We got $20,000 or $23,000 above what we were asking because we did it the right way. You can absolutely do this. Sell the property yourself, and remember, the key is flat fee MLS listing. But once you have that down, you literally give that to a title company. Well, let's say you agree on a price, you agree on no repairs and modifications. It's clean. You agree on a price. You literally take that document, that contract that you sign, you then deliver it to a title company or send it back to the buyer's agent and have them open escrow. It's a title company. There are thousands of title companies. In fact, it's like a dime a dozen. There's so many title companies. You can use just about any nationwide one. They'll do just fine. They have different fees, but they're all going to be very, very comparable. You're going to be paying about the same price everywhere you go. So just open title with a title company, open escrow, and literally sit back. Don't do anything. And I hope that you realize that you absolutely can do this yourself. You can sell your house yourself, make loads and loads of money. On top of that, I want you to realize that you can absolutely invest in real estate. All of my students are absolutely 100% proof that they have done it, and you can too. In fact, once they buy that first property, usually takes them about 3 to 5 months to actually buy their first property. Right after that, literally like 2 months later, they'll buy their second property. And then really close after that, they'll buy their third, because that first one is always the hardest. And I want to get you past that. Get my free course, masterpassiveincome.com/free course, or text the word rental to 33777. You can also join my Real Estate Wealth Builders membership, where I give group coaching. You get every single one of my courses. You get the Student Success Program, as well as my one-on-one coaching. All right, guys, you're fantastic. I appreciate you lending me your ear every single week. You guys take care of yourselves. I hope you and wish you well. God bless. Bye-bye.